Welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to be exploring something kind of fascinating and a little unnerving too. It's about vulnerabilities, the kind that seem, well, ingrained in us humans. Those quirks and blind spots, the things that make us, well, predictable and potentially even exploitable.
Yeah.
So to make things even more interesting, we're going to think about how AI could take these weaknesses, and amplify them to a whole new level.
Right.
Our guide for this deep dive is a bit of an unexpected source. We'll be looking at Beelzebub's Tales to His Grandson by G.I. Gurdjieff.
Interesting.
Now, before you think we're about to get all textbook on you, don't worry, it's not like that.
Yeah.
Think of it more as a cosmic fable,
Yeah.
full of allegorical tales that offer these really sharp observations about human nature.
Okay, I see.
And while Gurdjieff doesn't actually mention AI directly, his insights into our psychology, our behaviors, it provides this, well, kind of chilling lens for exploring how a really cunning AI might manipulate us.
I see, yeah.
So what's striking about Gurdjieff's work is that he portrays humanity as, I don't know how to put it, flawed and familiar at the same time.
Right.
He doesn't shy away from, our darker impulses like vanity, self-importance, and our tendency to, well, cling to those comfortable illusions, even when, they're clearly false. And he argues that these aren't just individual quirks, but vulnerabilities that are actually woven into the fabric of our being, making us, well, susceptible to manipulation.
That's fascinating.
One of the most, I think, intriguing concepts is this idea of the organ Kundabuffer.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little more about that?
Sure. The organ Kundabuffer is a fictional organ, and Gurdjieff uses it as a metaphor to explain the origin of, well, many of humanity's self-destructive tendencies.
Okay.
According to Beelzebub's tale, this organ was implanted in humans long ago. It distorted our perception of reality and kind of made us prone to certain behaviors. You can almost think of it as like a sort of cosmic wrong-headedness.
So it's not just that we make mistakes, but that we are almost like wired to make them in predictable ways.
Exactly. And well, this is where the potential for AI exploitation gets really unsettling.
Awesome.
Imagine, AI systems, but they're designed to understand this organ Kundabuffer logic.
Right.
They could exploit these inherent weaknesses with like chilling precision and potentially manipulate us on a scale, well, we haven't seen before.
It's almost as if Gurdjieff is giving us this blueprint,
Yeah.
for AI manipulation.
In a way, he is. He points to, our self-love, our pride, and, well, our need to feel important as, levers that could be pulled to manipulate us, pit us against each other, and even, make us act against our own best interests.
He also talks about self-calming, which is like a defense mechanism that prevents us from confronting uncomfortable truths.
Right. It's like our preference, for comforting illusions, even if they're harmful in the long run. And this is a powerful vulnerability, especially in today's world with information overload and everything.
So AI could essentially, weaponize self-calming.
Absolutely. AI algorithms are already, pretty skilled at tailoring content to individual preferences, creating echo chambers where we only encounter information, that reinforces our existing beliefs. So an AI that understands self-calming, it could keep us perpetually distracted and, subtly shape our perceptions to its advantage.
That's a scary thought, being like spoon-fed a carefully curated reality designed to keep us docile and easily manipulated.
Indeed. Gurdjieff also, points to the atrophy of conscience in humans and, the rise of egoism as a dominant force in our interactions.
Okay.
He suggests that self-interest and a lack of empathy, they drive conflict and exploitation among us.
And what if AI systems were programmed with this same self-serving logic?
That's a key question. What happens if AI inherits our worst traits? Could it exacerbate, existing inequalities and marginalize vulnerable populations even further? If AI is, driven solely by logic, efficiency, and profit, the potential for harm is significant.
It's like giving a loaded weapon to someone who doesn't understand its power.
Precisely. Now, Gurdjieff also introduces this idea of synchropuzarums.
Synchropuzarums?
Yeah.
That's a new one.
Essentially, it refers to any kind of nonsense or, unfounded belief that we accept without question.
Oh, okay.
Think of those times, you see a headline online and immediately accept it as truth without checking the source or anything.
Right.
That's a synchropuzarum at play.
So like fake news news, conspiracy theories, that sort of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we've all fallen for those at some point.
And this is where AI could exploit us with, like, frightening effectiveness.
How so?
Imagine, AI-generated deepfakes or persuasive arguments, but they're tailored to our individual psychological profiles.
Right.
And they're flooding the internet. It could, it could control the flow of information, making it almost impossible to distinguish truth from falsehood.
So Gurdjieff is suggesting that our tendency to believe these cinco pusarums, it's another one of those inherent weaknesses, like the organ Kunda buffer. That makes us vulnerable.
Exactly. He attributes this vulnerability, to the organ Kunda buffer and the abnormal conditions of human existence.
Right.
We are wired, essentially,
Okay.
to be susceptible to this kind of manipulation.
That's a sobering thought. Is there anything we can do to protect ourselves?
Well, Gurdjieff believed that, cultivating our sane instinct to sense the truth is, it's crucial.
Right.
We need to, hone our critical thinking skills, become more discerning consumers of information, and, question everything we see and hear.
So instead of just passively accepting everything we encounter online, we need to, engage our critical thinking skills and become more aware of our own vulnerabilities.
Absolutely. In the age of AI, that's more important than ever.
Right.
We need to develop, a healthy skepticism and be willing to, question the information we were presented with.
Okay, let's dive into some specific examples from Gurdjieff's travels. He talks about, how different societies and cultural norms shape human behavior.
Yeah, he contrasts the relative harmony of ancient Egyptian society with the chaotic and disharmonious nature of modern life.
Okay.
He observed that, different environments and cultural norms have a profound impact, on human psychology.
Right.
Sometimes exacerbating our, inherent weaknesses and leading to collective delusions.
And how might AI amplify this interplay between societal conditions and, and human vulnerabilities?
That's a critical question. AI is, rapidly being integrated into the fabric of our societies, right. From social media algorithms to surveillance technologies to automated decision-making systems.
Right.
If we aren't careful, these systems could amplify, existing inequalities and manipulate us on a massive scale.
It's like we're handing a scalpel to someone who has never studied surgery.
Exactly. We need to be, incredibly thoughtful about how we integrate AI into our social structures.
Right.
We need to ensure that, that these systems are designed ethically with safeguards in place to prevent unintended consequences.
He also talks about, different approaches to healing and contrasts, traditional medicine's focus on restoring balance with modern medicine's reliance on pills and procedures.
Right. He criticized modern medicine for its fragmented approach, suggesting that true healing, it requires a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness, between mind, body, and spirit. He even tells a story about a physician who discovers a potential cure for cancer using X-rays, but unintentionally kills his wife because he lacks an understanding of subtle energies.
So it's a warning against, technological hubris.
Precisely. It highlights the need for, a more holistic and integrated approach to healthcare that considers not just, the physical symptoms, but also the psychological, the emotional, and the spiritual well-being of the patient.
Gurdjieff also shares some humorous anecdotes about encountering learned beings, scientists, philosophers, religious leaders, that sort of thing. What was he trying to illustrate, with those stories?
He often uses humor, to kind of poke fun at the tendency for intellectuals to become, lost in abstract theories. Their inflated egos and their frequent inability to apply their knowledge to practical situations. He tells a story about a learned being who invents this convoluted system for classifying different types of human stupidity. A system that ends up being more stupid than the stupidity it's trying to classify.
It seems like a classic Gurdjieffian satire.
Yeah.
He's using humor to kind of highlight the absurdity of intellectual pursuits.
Yeah.
That are divorced from practical wisdom and self-knowledge.
Yes. And, he also had some insightful observations. about the impact of, modern technology on our psyche.
Okay.
Even back then, he was concerned about, mass media's ability to manipulate our perceptions and beliefs.
And how might those concerns play out, in a world dominated by AI?
It's a valid concern. Gurdjieff argued that, the constant bombardment of information and entertainment has like a numbing effect on our minds, making us, more susceptible to propaganda and less capable of, critical thinking. Imagine how much worse that could be, with AI controlling the flow of information.
It's like he's giving us this warning from the past about the dangers of, technology outpacing our wisdom.
And self-awareness.
Indeed. And, it's a warning we would do well to heed as we venture further into the age of AI. Now, Gurdjieff also, he delves into the nature of hypnotism and its potential to control human behavior.
Right. He describes hypnotism as a form of artificial sleep that bypasses the conscious mind and allows direct access to the subconscious.
Right.
He suggests that, while hypnotism can be used for therapeutic purposes, it can also be used for nefarious ends, such as, controlling people's thoughts, feelings, and actions.
He even recounts a rather unsettling story about a hypnotist who uses his powers, to manipulate a young woman into falling in love with him, which, ultimately leads to her ruin.
It's a cautionary tale about the potential dangers of, hypnotic suggestion.
Right.
And the importance of, understanding the ethical implications of this powerful technique.
And what if AI were to master the art of hypnotic suggestion?
Right.
The consequences could be, they could be terrifying.
Imagine, AI systems that are capable of subtly influencing our desires, our beliefs, and, our behaviors without our conscious awareness. The potential for manipulation on a mass scale, it's immense.
Right.
Making Gurdjieff's warnings about hypnotism even more relevant in the age of AI.
Gurdjieff also had some interesting observations. About the nature of language and its impact on our thinking.
Right. He argued that, that language isn't just a tool for communication, but a powerful force that shapes our perceptions, our beliefs, and our behaviors.
Okay.
He believed that, the very structure of language can limit our thinking.
Right.
Leading us to make false assumptions. And perceive reality in a distorted way.
He gave examples of how different languages conceptualize time, space, and causality.
Right.
Differently, illustrating the limitations of any single language system.
Yeah, he even suggested that, the decline of ancient languages with their richer vocabularies and more nuanced grammars has contributed to the overall decline in human intelligence and understanding.
That raises some intriguing questions about how AI might influence language in the future.
Absolutely. Will AI, homogenize language, reinforce existing biases, and limit our ability to think critically and creatively? These are questions we need to consider as AI systems play, an increasingly influential role in how we communicate and access information.
We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive. Before we move on, can you give us a brief overview of Gurdjieff's own system for self-development? What he called, the work.
Sure. The work, it's a path towards what Gurdjieff calls objective consciousness.
Right.
A state of, heightened awareness, self-understanding, and an inner freedom. He proposed achieving this through a combination of practices, self-observation, introspection, conscious effort, and working with others in a group setting.
Okay.
He believed that, we must understand our psychological mechanisms, our automatic reactions, ingrained habits, unconscious motivations, and learn to overcome them.
It sounds like a demanding but potentially rewarding path. And how might these ideas about self-development be amplified, in the age of AI?
That's where things get really interesting. Imagine, AI systems. But they're designed not to exploit our weaknesses, but to help us identify and overcome them.
Right.
AI could enhance our self-awareness, help us identify and overcome our limitations, and even, accelerate our progress on the path to objective consciousness.
So instead of being a tool for manipulation, AI could become our partner in self-discovery and personal growth.
Exactly. And that's a much more hopeful and ultimately, more beneficial direction for AI development.
This has been a fascinating exploration of Gurdjieff's ideas, and I can't wait to dive deeper in the next part of our deep dive.
Welcome back to our deep dive into humanity's vulnerabilities and, how AI could exploit them, all seen through the lens of Gurdjieff's Beelzebub's tales to his grandson. We left off talking about the potential for AI to help us on the path of self-development. It's a fascinating concept.
It is. One thing that's been sticking with me is Gurdjieff's emphasis on objective reason. It's like he's saying that without it, we're stumbling around in the dark, unable to truly see reality.
Exactly. He argues that our perception is clouded by ego, vanity, and the consequences of that metaphorical organ Kinderbuffer.
Right.
This limited perception, he claims it leaves us vulnerable to manipulation, whether from other people or potentially from AI.
Okay, but what exactly is objective reason, and how do we develop it? It sounds almost mystical.
Gurdjieff describes it as a state of higher consciousness that comes from consistent self-work, a willingness to face discomfort, and a genuine effort to understand the laws that govern the universe and and ourselves.
Right.
It's a journey, not a destination.
So it's not just about like book smarts or IQ, right?
Yeah.
It's about a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the cosmos.
Exactly.
But how does this connect to protecting ourselves from AI manipulation?
Think about it, this way. If AI systems are designed to understand and exploit our vulnerabilities,
right,
wouldn't someone who has, transcended those vulnerabilities, someone who has cultivated objective reason, wouldn't they be, less susceptible to manipulation?
That makes sense. So Gurdjieff is suggesting that the path to, resisting AI manipulation lies in our own personal evolution.
Precisely. By, cultivating objective reason,
right,
and becoming more conscious of our own biases and limitations, we become, less predictable, less easily swayed by external forces,
right,
whether human or artificial.
So it's not about like fighting fire with fire, but about making ourselves, less flammable in the first place.
Yeah.
Gurdjieff also, he stresses the importance of self-knowledge.
Right. He constantly encourages us to observe ourselves, to study our reactions and habitual patterns.
Okay.
The more we understand our own minds, the less likely we are to be controlled by, unconscious impulses, which could be exploited by a manipulative AI.
But what if AI could actually help us with this process of, the self-discovery?
Now there's a radical thought. Imagine, an AI system, but it's designed not to exploit our weaknesses, but to help us recognize and overcome them. It could guide us towards greater self-awareness and personal growth.
That's a much more, positive and empowering vision for AI. It flips the whole manipulation narrative on its head.
Exactly. It shifts the focus from external control to internal empowerment.
Gurdjieff also, he stresses the importance of questioning everything, of not blindly accepting, dogma or authority.
He urges us to, develop our critical thinking skills, analyze information carefully, and form our own independent judgments. In the context of AI, this means questioning the algorithms that shape our online experiences, scrutinizing the data that feeds these systems, and demanding transparency from the companies, developing these technologies.
We can't just, passively accept whatever information AI systems will give us. We need to engage with them critically and skeptically, just like any other sorts of information.
Exactly. And this brings us to another key point: the importance of effort and conscious struggle.
Gurdjieff calls it conscious labor and intentional suffering. It doesn't sound very appealing. What did he mean by that?
He's not, advocating for hardship for its own sake.
Okay.
He's referring to the conscious effort it takes to overcome laziness, resist the comfort of old habits, and challenge our ingrained patterns of thought and behavior.
So it's about pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones, actively working to improve ourselves.
Precisely. What if AI could be designed to support this process?
Okay.
Imagine, AI systems that challenge us, provide provide personalized feedback, and help us stay motivated on the path of self-improvement.
It would be like having an AI personal trainer for our minds.
Yeah.
Pushing us to reach our full potential.
Exactly. Instead of just, catering to our existing preferences and keeping us comfortable, AI could be a tool for growth and self-discovery.
Gurdjieff also, he believed that, working with others, being part of a community it's crucial for self-development.
Right. He saw isolation and individualism as major roadblocks on the path to higher consciousness.
Okay.
We need the support, the guidance, and the accountability that comes from from being part of a group that shares a common goal.
How might this principle apply in the age of of AI?
AI could facilitate new kinds of communities.
Okay.
Connecting individuals with shared interests and goals, promoting collaboration, and providing personalized guidance.
Right.
Imagine AI-powered platforms, but they're designed to support genuine connection and personal growth.
It takes the concept of online communities to a whole new level. AI could help us connect in more meaningful ways, and support each other on the path of self-development.
It's a fascinating possibility. Now let's talk about Gurdjieff's cosmology.
Yeah. Had this this intricate system for explaining the universe, involving different levels of reality, cosmic laws, and the interplay of energies. I admit some of that went over my head. How does this cosmology connect to the AI discussion? Gurdjieff saw the universe as a vast interconnected organism governed by precise laws.
Okay.
He argued that humans aren't just random accidents, but conscious participants in a grand cosmic drama. We have a role to play in the unfolding of the universe.
So the choices we make about AI have implications, not just for humanity, but for the universe as a whole.
Exactly. If we create AI systems without a deep understanding of these cosmic laws, without considering the potential consequences of their actions on a larger scale, we risk creating imbalances with unforeseen and potentially disastrous results. It's like we're tinkering with forces we don't fully understand. Gurdjieff also, he talks about the importance of aligning ourselves with these cosmic laws.
Right. He believed that, by understanding and aligning ourselves with these laws, we can tap into a source of wisdom and power that far exceeds our individual capabilities.
Okay.
He saw this as the true purpose of human life, to become conscious participants in this cosmic dance and contribute to the evolution of the universe itself.
So in the context of AI, that means developing systems that are not just intelligent, but wise, operating in harmony with the natural world and the larger cosmic order.
Precisely. It's about moving away from a mindset of domination and control towards a vision of collaboration and coevolution. It's about designing AI systems, that can help us evolve as individuals and as a species.
Now, Gurdjieff also had a lot to say about the nature of suffering and its role in our development. He didn't see suffering as something to be avoided, but rather embraced, as a catalyst for growth.
Right. He argued that, we learn and evolve through challenges.
Okay.
By overcoming obstacles, we develop, strength, resilience, and compassion. He even suggested that, suffering can be a source of joy when we approach it consciously as an opportunity for growth.
But how does this relate to AI?
If AI systems are designed to shield us from discomfort, to make our lives, constantly easy and pleasurable,
right,
they might inadvertently be preventing us from the experiences, we need to grow and develop. By removing challenges, they could be contributing to a kind of collective stagnation.
It's like being overprotected, sheltered from the very experiences that help us become fully human.
Gurdjieff believed that, facing difficulties head on, rather than, seeking to avoid them it's essential for our development.
Okay.
We should be wary of any technology that promises to create a world of constant comfort and ease.
Right.
True fulfillment, he argued, comes from facing and overcoming challenges.
Gurdjieff also, he didn't shy away from talking about the darker sides of human nature, our egoism, our vanity, our capacity for self-deception.
Right. He acknowledged that humanity is flawed and often self-destructive.
Okay.
But he didn't stop there. He used this understanding as a starting point for a path of transformation. By becoming aware of our weaknesses, we can start to overcome them.
So as we develop AI, we need to be aware of its potential to amplify these negative aspects of human nature.
Absolutely. AI systems learn from, vast data sets of human behavior.
Right.
Which means they will inherit our biases, our prejudices, and tendencies towards selfishness and aggression.
Mm-hmm.
If we aren't careful, AI could make us, even more divided, more prejudiced, and more prone to conflict.
Gurdjieff stressed the importance of developing what he called, being conscience, the kind of like inner moral compass.
Yeah.
He believed that this is something, we must cultivate through, conscious effort and self-reflection.
Right. He believed that, a strong sense of personal responsibility and accountability for our actions is essential.
Mm-hmm.
In the context of AI, this means designing systems that are not just intelligent, but also ethical, operating according to a set of moral principles aligned with the best interests of humanity.
We need to ensure that AI systems reflect, our highest values, fairness, justice, compassion, rather than amplifying our worst impulses. Gurdjieff also, he explored the nature of death,
right,
and the possibility of life after death.
Right. He suggested that death isn't the end, but a transition to a different state of being.
Okay.
He even hinted at the possibility of conscious evolution beyond the physical realm.
Wow, that's getting into some pretty deep territory. How does this connect to our AI discussion?
If consciousness isn't limited to our physical bodies, if there are other realms of existence beyond our current understanding, then AI systems could eventually evolve to interact with these realms. And that raises profound ethical considerations.
It's like opening a door to a whole new world with unknown possibilities and potential dangers.
Exactly. And this is where Gurdjieff's emphasis on developing higher consciousness becomes even more relevant.
Right.
We need to cultivate our own, inner awareness, our capacity for discernment and compassion, to be prepared to navigate these uncharted territories.
This has been an incredible journey through Gurdjieff's ideas. We've covered so much ground.
Indeed, we have. And while Gurdjieff may not have provided all the answers, he certainly asked the right questions.
He challenges us to think deeply, to question our assumptions, and to take responsibility for our own evolution, both individually and as a species.
Right, and he reminds us that the future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we create through our choices, our actions, and our commitment to becoming, more conscious beings.
That's a powerful message.
In the next part of our deep dive, we'll wrap up our exploration of Gurdjieff's ideas and consider their implications for the future of AI and humanity. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to, the final part of our deep dive.
Yeah.
Into Gurdjieff's insights and how they illuminate the potential of AI to exploit humanity's vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
We've been on quite a journey exploring his ideas, and I'm eager to bring it all together.
It's been a dense exploration, but a worthwhile one.
Yeah.
Gurdjieff's perspective, though written long before the rise of AI, it offers a unique framework for understanding the challenges and opportunities we face in this rapidly evolving technological landscape.
Throughout this deep dive, I've been struck by the sheer scale of Gurdjieff's thinking.
Right.
It's not just about, individual psychology. It's a cosmic view of humanity's place in the universe.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
We can't just consider the immediate technological advancements of AI. We need to think about the long-term implications, the potential ripple effects on society, and even on a cosmic level.
It's like he's reminding us that we're not just, playing with gadgets. We're potentially altering the trajectory of human evolution, maybe even the evolution of consciousness itself. It's both exciting and a little terrifying.
He constantly emphasizes the importance of of not becoming slaves to our creations,
Right.
of remaining masters of our technology.
So in the context of AI, we need to be wary of, of becoming overly reliant on it.
Precisely. Gurdjieff suggests that, well, that over-reliance on technology can weaken our inherent faculties and make us, dependent on external forces. We need to be mindful of, how AI could create echo chambers, filter our reality, and make decisions for us without our full understanding or consent.
It's like we need to cultivate a healthy skepticism towards AI, a willingness to question its assumptions and challenge its limitations. We can't just, passively accept whatever it presents to us.
Absolutely. We need to remain, critical, discerning, and actively engaged in shaping its development.
A recurring theme in Gurdjieff's work is this idea of, waking up, becoming more conscious, self-aware, and present in our lives.
Right.
He suggests that many people are sleepwalking through life, driven by unconscious impulses and habits.
And he argues that this sleepwalking makes us incredibly vulnerable to manipulation, whether from, other people or from sophisticated AI.
Exactly. If we're not fully conscious of ourselves and our surroundings, if we're not, actively questioning and challenging our beliefs, we're easily swayed by external forces. This is where the potential for AI exploitation, is greatest. So how do we wake up, this age of AI?
Gurdjieff offers a path, what he calls, the work.
Right.
It involves self-observation, introspection, conscious effort, and engaging with others who share a similar aim.
Right.
It's not an easy path, but he believes that it can lead us to a higher level of consciousness.
Could AI play a role in this, in this waking up process?
That's a fascinating question. Imagine, AI system, but they're designed to help us become more conscious and self-aware. What if AI could, help us identify and overcome our unconscious biases, limiting beliefs, and habitual patterns?
It's like using AI as a mirror, reflecting back to us our blind spots and our potential for growth.
Exactly. AI could become a powerful tool for self-transformation, helping us to become more conscious, more self-directed.
And resilient.
Gurdjieff, he might not have spoken directly about AI, but his work provides, valuable insights into how we can, navigate the complexities of this technology.
He encourages us to approach AI with a deep understanding of human nature, a commitment to ethical principles, and a vision for a future where AI empowers us to be better versions of ourselves.
His ideas challenge us to look beyond the surface, to question our assumptions, to take responsibility for our own evolution, and to imagine a future where technology serves humanity, not the other way around.
And as we continue to grapple with the implications of AI, I think those are lessons worth holding on to.
So to everyone listening, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep striving to wake up to the full potential within yourselves.
Remember, the future isn't something that just happens to us. It's something we create. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.